Awesome. All right. So thank you everyone for joining me today. Today we're going to be talking about 5 tips for engagement on social media. So I just kind of want to go ahead and jump right in. So I've kind of listed out the 5 tips right here that we're going to be talking about. Um, and I have more details here and how to go through and do specific things. But these are just 5 things that you can do that will help your social media kind of grow. Um, awesome. So tip number 1 is comment on 5 posts with 5 words or more. Tip number 2 is going to be schedule posts throughout the week and or month. And number 3 is going to be posting reels with popular sounds that includes a hook, and we'll get into all the details. Share others' posts to your stories, and incorporate polls, quizzes to encourage interaction. So kind of jump into the first kind of tip here. So comment on 5 posts with 5 words or more. So what this is kind of doing is making your account look super active and super engaged into your own community. So if that's going to push the algorithm to be like, oh, this person is commenting, engaging, we're going to push their content a little bit more. So it's kind of like helping yourself get more posts out there, get more engagement on your own posts as well by interacting with others. You do want to be mindful about this though. So this is kind of where authenticity comes into social media. So scroll until you find a actually engaging post and attempt to comment under it. So don't just open Instagram or open Facebook and comment on the first 5 posts that you see. If you're not actually interested in them, or if you don't have anything to add to the conversation, it's going to come off as fake. You're going to have a hard time coming up with something valuable to say and just that kind of thing. So scroll until you find something you actually find interesting. So it's kind of, you're still scrolling on Facebook and kind of enjoying social media as it's kind of out there, but you're kind of doing it with more intention. Like, is this a post I can comment on? Do I have something to add? Do I like this? Do I just want to say, hey, great job, creator, this was an amazing post? That kind of thing. So just kind of looking at it with a more engaged eye instead of just scrolling by. So be authentic, don't comment on something you don't actually like or find interesting, and try to comment something relative and add something to the conversation. Or if you're like, oh, someone's posting when this situation happened to them, go ahead and post when that happened to you, what your story was, relatable, like if it was relatable or not. Commenting 5 laughing faces will not count. That's not engaging. That's not going to get people to look at your account. And people can kind of see, oh, they're kind of commenting to comment, kind of. And then here's kind of an article that goes deeper into that. So how to grow your social media. So this is kind of known as the 5 by 5 by 5 method. So commenting on 5 posts and liking 5 posts in 5 minutes. I don't think the 5 minutes is super dire, but it kind of just trims down on the amount of time you're going to spend doing this. But starting off with liking posts, you're showing you're engaged and actually looking at your social media, and that kind of, I mean, that's what social media is for, right? Is to engage with others. So if the algorithm kind of sees that you're doing that, it's going to push your content and kind of notice you a little bit more. By commenting on 5 social media posts, you're kind of catering to your audience a little bit. So this is a good comment. Wow, looks amazing. Looking forward to trying it myself. That adds more to the conversation than just laughing faces, or 2 thumbs up or something like that. And you can kind of choose what platforms you want to do this on. I would focus on Instagram and Facebook. And if you're on TikTok, then do TikTok as well. Twitter and LinkedIn, I'm not sure how relative this would be to those platforms. But it wouldn't hurt to try. It never hurts to try. So hopefully with this idea of 5 by 5 by 5, this is only 25 minutes of your day. And you don't have to do this every day. You can do it once a week, right? Twice a week, that kind of thing. But that's just finding posts, engaging on them, and leaving those valuable comments of 5 or more words. So that's something you can do kind of if you're bored at home, just look through and see what you can comment on. Um, awesome. Does that kind of make sense to everyone on kind of the idea of engagement kind of pushes your account forward?
Absolutely.
Awesome. And I've tried this out on my own social media, and it does get people to follow you. If they like your comment, they're gonna like your comment, the original creator. They might follow you back, or other people who are also reading the comments are gonna see your comment, see, oh, this person added something valuable to their conversation. They're gonna click on your profile, go to your account, and follow you. So there's a lot of benefits to doing that, but you do want to be authentic and meaningful behind it. So
So Ashley, on these comments, if I can ask you, are are you suggesting that we comment pretty much on any topic that we find interesting rather than kind of honing in on things that we feel that would drive business to us based upon real estate or something that is obviously linked to or relatable to real estate?
I think it's beneficial to kind of go both ways. Something you're actually interested on or interested in, like if you like cooking and you comment, I'm going to try this recipe, this is amazing, that kind of thing. I think that's very valuable as well because other people are going to be like, oh, like this person likes to cook too. This person's going to try this recipe. Or if you add a little detail to it, people might go and look at your account and be like, oh, this gentleman does real estate as well. That's what I'm looking for and follow you. So I think it's beneficial because they're going to connect on your personal side and your business side. So do both is what I would say, um, because that's going to get multiple kind of fields of interest.
Is there like any kind of data that shows that if you were to comment, say it was a recipe, or you're going to say something about cooking, hey, I always like to share this with my clients, kind of thing? Or do you not really want to try to do that little hook? Like, do you want to keep it very social, or do you want to actually try to integrate it into business?
For something like that, I would keep it social.
Okay.
Instead of like, oh, and you definitely could throw in like, I'm gonna send this to my clients right now or something like that. Yeah, I don't think that's a bad thing to do at all because then people are gonna maybe question, oh, what kind of clients does he have? What does he do? That kind of thing. I think it generates interest. It totally could, and get people to click on your profile for sure.
Okay.
Um, Yeah, and then if you kind of want to keep it focused on real estate, that's when you can be like, oh, this is a great tip, or this is what I've noticed from doing what the post said, that kind of thing. So you can really go at it both ways. Personal, business, interests, hobbies, they're all great. Um, the next one I feel like is a big pain point. So we all know with social media, the name of the game is to be consistent and posting multiple times a week and keeping that going for months on end. It sounds exhausting because it definitely is. So there's multiple ways to kind of schedule out your post, which is what I do. So on our kind of internal Facebook business page, I am constantly on Mondays. I usually schedule out all my posts for the next week or so, just because I don't want the deadline to go by and I haven't posted about it, that kind of thing. You get busy. You guys know exactly how that is. So scheduling your post is going to help you guys so much by you can sit down an hour a week and schedule out your post for that week, which is just super helpful. So I have down the written directions on how to do this, but I also have a little slideshow here just with screenshots so you guys can see exactly what I'm talking about. So full screen here. So social media, how to schedule posts on Instagram and Facebook. One note here, it does have to be a business page for you to use the scheduler inside of Facebook. So kind of same deal with Facebook ads. It has to be on a business page. It is beneficial to have a business page as well as a personal page. And this is a big reason why is scheduling out your posts. So you definitely want to have both and kind of use them in conjunction. But how you schedule posts is we're going to go into Facebook And go ahead and click that home button up here at the top, just so you're kind of starting at your home base on your profile. We're going to go down to the left, and under your shortcuts is going to be your business page. And that's kind of how you go in to edit your own business page or manage your business page. So just one click there. That's going to take you to kind of this screen. So you're going to see your business page up here, all of your posts, mentions, all that kind of stuff, just like your normal Facebook page. Over here, the menu has changed. So we're going to click into that Meta Business Suite. This is something every Facebook business page has. So it's not anything you have to buy or add or anything like that. This is going to be here already. And then here you can see switch into the practice page. So I set up this page just to demonstrate a little bit more clearly on trainings like this, but I don't really post anything to it. But switch into your page to take more actions. You can switch, or you don't have to schedule out something like this. So click that Meta Business Suite. That's going to bring you over here to this page. And here you can see create post, but we want to go to planner here on the left. The planner is going to bring up a calendar that looks like this, and it has, you can see Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And to schedule out posts, basically you want to open that planner, go to the day that you want to upload or kind of publish this post. You're going to click to there and click create post. From there, it's just like a normal Facebook page or normal Facebook post. So add your picture, add your caption, add your hashtag, do your tags, and then you'll go ahead and click schedule there at the end. Any questions about how I got here? And you can schedule out, I believe, 75 days in advance. So that's pretty good range. If you wanted to do months on end, you could. But just make sure you're keeping your post relevant, check the dates, check the times, all that kind of stuff. Perfect. Awesome. So that is how you post to Facebook. So next we're going to go to Instagram.
I have a quick question about that. Where do you suggest finding content for these posts? You say I wanted to do something weekly. Do you have any suggestions for that?
Creating posts weekly. So that is a great kind of question. So one thing that the office provides are those templates, which are on kwcp274.com. I can go there right now. So once we go to this website, we do have a social media tab. And right here we have a template. So if I click into social media, the office does provide kind of 12 posts that you can use, and they do come with captions and all of that that you can use. So to get there, just social media, and then I'm going to click up or use template for new design to show you those captions as well. And this is a free Canva account, so again, you don't have to buy anything, pay for anything, just set up a Canva account. But we do have these 12, and we change these out every month. So you can kind of look through and see, oh, I want to post that and use this template maybe once a week, that kind of thing. But just to get like one kind of source of content. So for this one, time for your next move, here's that caption here. So whether you're downsizing, upsizing, or craving a fresh start, I'm here to help. Let's explore options and find the perfect home that fits your needs. Contact me today, and some hashtags down here. So here's kind of one source of content. Another one is you can go to ChatGPT if you're like, oh, I already posted my listing, already posted my client review, already posted about my website, that kind of thing. You can open ChatGPT and ask it to come up with content ideas. So help me come up with social media content for my real estate business page. So I'm going to give it that prompt, and it's going to come up with a few different ideas. So Behind the scenes, the day in the life of a realtor, so shows snippets of your daily activities, property staging tips, so share tips on how to stage a home, educational posts, so market insights, selling, buying tips, success stories. I think these are great, but make sure they're actual stories and not just, oh, my client sold her house. Like, one thing I've heard from realtors over and over again is every transaction has a story. And I feel like a few of you guys can relate to that. So you can tell the story without getting super detailed. So not saying my client Sue Beth, just my client really had a few challenges we had to overcome with this transaction. I'm super happy to say that we announced that we have sold, blah, blah, blah. So just kind of tell the story of that transaction without revealing so many details, obviously. But people want to see that. They want to see deeper into that story. So if you're going to do a just sold or client testimony, just make sure you're ready to pour into that a little bit more. Local business spotlights, that's awesome. You can go to a local business, take a picture and kind of talk about it. And then obviously listings and that kind of thing. Seasonal posts, infographics. So this came up with quite a few ideas. And then if you do want to, if you're like, oh, I want to create this, but obviously you're going to need the graphic for it, you can always go over to Canva. And they have a bunch of free different templates. So if I go home here, I might be in the wrong home. But that is like the name of the game. Content creation is a lot of work sometimes. You have to be kind of in a creative mood, creative mindset, or be like, this would make a great post. It kind of does change how you think about things. Like, oh, can I post this? Would this make good content? That kind of thing. But they have so many different kind of templates ready to go. So Instagram posts, Facebook posts, all that kind of stuff. They have things mainly ready to go. Let's see. So I just clicked into that Facebook post. I kind of chose what size I wanted. And then down here, there's a bunch of different templates that we can use. And so you can click into and kind of edit to say what you want to say, change your colors, that kind of thing. Did that answer your question? Or kind of help with the direction a little bit?
That helped a lot. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Yeah, you're welcome. So moving on to Instagram now. Present full screen. So again, with Instagram, it does have to be a business Instagram page. And those are pretty easy to set up as well. So if you need help with that, let me know. I can send you an article or we can sit down and do it super quick. But it's just kind of changing a few of the features behind the scenes. So to get started with scheduling, so
Hey, Ash, I had a really quick question.
yeah, what's up?
Sorry.
No, you're good.
When you schedule it for Facebook, is there a way to also click it to schedule for Instagram?
Yes.
Okay, just curious.
Yes, there is. Yep, and I will get to that and kind of show you how that works. And actually, it's right on this page.
Great.
But that is a
Thank
great
you.
question because that makes life so much easier. Absolutely. So great question. So over here we can kind of see, so new posts kind of started like normal on my business page. So uploaded the photo. Here's where I put in that caption. And if you scroll down on the same page, you're going to see down here, advanced settings. And then that's going to take you to this screen. So schedule content, schedule this post. You're going to toggle this little toggle on. So it's green. And then down here, you can choose the date that you want to schedule or you want it to post along with the time. And then you'll hit done. And then one more time, you'll have to hit schedule and it'll be ready to go. So to go to Kelly's question, you absolutely can have, so it's kind of, they're all connected in the Facebook Meta Business Suite. That's just kind of what it's called, to connect everything. But if we see here that it has an option to toggle on Facebook, if you toggle this on, it's going to have you kind of connect your Instagram and Facebook in the Meta Business Suite. And that way it's going to post constantly. So when this is on, it'll constantly post whatever you post to Facebook to your Instagram page. That can be a little tricky to set up. So you would toggle this on, and in my experience, every account that I've done this for, You toggle it on, it'll have you log into Facebook, I believe, and then log into Instagram. And then it kind of takes you in a little bit of a circle just so it's like, okay, this account does need to go with this account. It can take about 3 days for that to fully sync. So just so you know about that. And if you would like help setting that up, I'm more than happy to do that. We might do that on an individual Zoom call or just an in-person meeting. But I think it's definitely worth the time because that'll cut down on your posting time considerably. So that's definitely a great thing that you'll want to do. Awesome. Any questions about scheduling and kind of the benefits and that sort of thing? So again, that's your business page. And then Meta Business Suite, Planner, choose the date and post like normal. So it's not super crazy. There's a few new steps, but you guys can do it. And I think it's gonna be really helpful. And then you could schedule out your month and you're good to go. Then remember, again, Instagram, advanced settings, schedule post, choose your time. Or if you have everything set up, Instagram will be right in here and you'll just have to create one post. Perfect, awesome. So I'm gonna move on to posting reels, and reels are short form videos, meaning they're filmed straight up and down instead of the normal like YouTube kind of style. And they're short videos. They're meant to be less than 30 seconds almost, 30 seconds to a minute. It's kind of the sweet spot, that kind of thing for reels. So the algorithm is set up to send reels to your non-followers, thus expanding your reach. That's just kind of how social media is moving since TikTok and Instagram have kind of combined to share the same type of videos. Just standalone posts are not going to be enough to reach your Instagram and like your social media goals. People want to see videos. They want to see you talking. They want to see like B-roll. Like they want to see a lot more than just a post nowadays. And luckily Reels, they do have certain components that that once I point them out, you're gonna see them constantly that kind of help them be more successful. And that's that hook that we talked about in the beginning. So a hook is something that grabs attention. So it can be a word or a phrase in the first 3 seconds of your video. Some examples are gonna be like this. So how I sold my home in less than 24 hours, or how I made $35,000 in 4 weeks, or how I gained 3,000 followers in 2 weeks. So they're meant to be attention grabbing, and they want to really draw you in, make you stop scrolling, or make the viewer stop scrolling, and tune in to see how you did this. How many of you guys have been watching reels like this and you're like, oh, I didn't know that was a hook, but now that you say that, it makes sense. I feel like all reels do this.
I don't watch a lot of reels.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I watch some, and I think some of them that I do end up seeing, it's like sensationalized videos of like horrific weather events, or like I don't know. I see so many that are just almost ridiculous, but they do draw my attention because it's like a wave crashing into a 3-story building. You're like, is that real? Is this AI? I get kind of like distracted.
Totally. Yep.
Yeah.
Hooks can totally be visual. So a stunning, attention-grabbing photo or first shot of a video, that's absolutely what it's doing. It's hooking you, drawing you in, and you're gonna watch that whole video maybe twice and maybe engage on it. So that's exactly what it's doing. They can be visual, they can be words, phrases, just grabbing your audience's attention. And again, if you're having troubles kind of coming up with ideas, for a hooks, you can go again back to ChatGPT. Help me come up with a hook for my Instagram reel about my new listing. And let's kind of see what it brings up. So it provided one hook here. So ready to find your dream home? Let me take you inside the stunning gem that just hit the market. So that's a hook, but I definitely would say, let's try again. I feel like that one might be overused. So make more unique. So this isn't just a home, it's your next chapter. That's a little bit more unique. I haven't seen a ton of reels with that. So totally play with this. And if you wanted, you could be like, this home is in Grandview. This is some unique things about it, just to give like ChatGPT a little bit more information to go off of. But right now, this is just what it pulled basic without me really giving it any details. So that can kind of help you come up with a nice hook. And another element of a reel is a call to action at the end. And this call to action needs to be a little bit smaller than call me if you want to work with me, let me be your realtor, like that kind of thing. It needs to be follow me for more ideas or share this with a friend. Because once they follow you, that means they're going to see more of your content. They're going to kind of grow to trust and know you more. And then the chances of them using you as your realtor gets higher and higher. So we're not asking for the sale. We're just asking for that next step of trust. And once they share this with a friend, that helps you, and that helps obviously their friend. So one big thing that's really gotten a lot of shares is, I don't know if you guys have seen this, but it's this letter owes you a cup of coffee, right? And it's a video of just someone drawing like a bee on, like with that cream on coffee or whatever it is. And it's just like whatever, it's really cute. And then people are like, oh, this is funny. I'm going to send this to my friend whose name starts with a B. So you could change that. I don't know. Has anybody seen anything like that, or is that completely missing the mark?
I know what you're saying, but I haven't really seen anything like it.
Okay.
Yeah.
As long as you kind of get the idea, it's like this letter owes you dessert, dinner, kind of whatever it is. And then it's just like a fun little letter. They'll share it with their friend. And it's a fun way. They don't even think about, oh, I'm sharing this post, right? They're just like, oh, I want to send this to my friend because they owe me dinner now. So that's a really popular thing that I think is fun, works really well. And maybe I can try to find an example so you guys can kind of see more what I'm talking about. Here's kind of another article with more kind of components of a reel. So again, that hook that we talked about, video intro, only got a few seconds. So a good intro will give a viewer a quick taste of what's to come, but not hog up the entire video. Again, they should be pretty short. So 10 seconds for an intro. Honestly, you don't need an intro because the video is 20 seconds. So if your hook didn't get them, they're probably not going to stick around. Call to action, like we talked about. So what now? What do you want your audience to do with it? Follow you, share it, that kind of thing. Introduce them to your website, got a freebie. That's an excellent way to start. So there's a lot of things that you could do with that. So home evaluation or first conversation on my buyers list, like that kind of thing. Add it to my newsletter. There's a lot of things you can do for a call to action. And once you kind of have heard that term, I'm sure everybody's heard on YouTube, like and subscribe, comment, all that kind of stuff. That's what they're doing, just asking for the engagement. And you'd be surprised how much it does work. Like we all get tired of hearing it, but it does work. Like people don't think about it unless they're like, oh yeah, I will like that, or I will comment that. Just kind of reminding them, oh, I can do this and I do want to do this kind of thing. Hashtags. Hashtags do work like that search engine optimization on Google. So if people follow a certain hashtag and you hashtag your reel with that same one, it's more likely to show up on their page. even though they don't follow you, even though they've never seen your content before. Hashtags are a great way to kind of break into new audiences, which is cool and always good. So perfect. And then just kind of final thoughts here. But I do feel like the most important thing is going to be that hook and a call to action at the end. Perfect. Any questions kind of about Reels? It takes practice, so just make it fun too. Like, shooting a video is not nearly as, it doesn't have to be perfect every time. In fact, the more perfect it is, the more kind of fake it feels. So you want it to look nice, you want the lighting to be nice, the frame to be nice, but it doesn't have to be so perfect that if one hair is out of place, you can't post it kind of thing. That's definitely, people want to see more genuine people on social media platforms. So if it's not perfect, that's probably better than being perfect, if that makes sense. Awesome. Any questions kind of about Reels?
Nope.
Nope. Cool. Awesome. Next two things are going to be less heavy and more easy to do. So sharing posts with sharing others' posts, right? So why would you do this? It's a great way to be active on social media and share other creators' work with your audience. That really generates community with other people on social media. So what I would kind of recommend is go find maybe a lender or like a home decor person that you really like, you like their content a lot, and just always share that to your own story. And then people are gonna be like, oh, like this is kind of cool. I see that you shared this, that you follow this person, but also that person's gonna see, hey, this person shared that post. They might write back, thanks for sharing my post. They follow you, now they're sharing yours, kind of thing. It's a great way to build community, share audiences, and just kind of help boost engagement, which is always the name of the game. So how to share a post real quick, just in case anybody's not super familiar. This is mainly on Instagram, but basically you're gonna come across that post as you're scrolling. Down here at the bottom, we're gonna see that little paper airplane. You're gonna click that and hit add to story. That's gonna add it to your story. And then they're gonna see that, they're gonna see this person like shared this post to their story. That's great. They're gonna like and follow, comment, all that kind of stuff. And it'd be great to kind of, oh, I do this to these 3 accounts whenever they post. And then they're probably most likely going to do that to yours if they like your content, and that kind of thing. So that's a great way to kind of just keep sharing the community. Any questions about that? Awesome. Cool. Awesome. So kind of last step here is to incorporate a poll or quiz to your story. This will encourage engagement, and people like to post on polls. People like to see what the majority thinks. So for polls are really cool. So if you put your question at the top, and then you give kind of these 4 different questions or 4 different answers, they're going to click that. They're going to be able to see what most people said, what the least amount of people said, that kind of thing. So people like to see that. So just make it fun, keep it creative. It doesn't have to be about real estate all the time. We can go back to that recipe kind of example. So would you try this? Yes or no? That's a great poll. Do you think this is gross? Yes or no? Great poll. Just, it doesn't have to be super serious. Just kind of something you care about, keep it genuine. And yeah, this is a great way to show your personality. Again, if you have trouble coming up with a poll or quiz idea, ChatGPT is going to be your friend. So help you come up with questions or poll ideas. For example, if you could live anywhere, where would it be? And then you give kind of these examples. Beach, bungalow, mountain, city, cozy, home. It's about real estate. You're not going to help them if they want to move to a beach, right? But it's just kind of a fun question to get engagement. And a little bit real estate related. Doesn't always have to be, can be again that would you try this recipe kind of thing. But polls and quizzes are a great way to kind of just interact with your audience. Awesome. Cool, cool. Well, I feel like I just talked for a long time. Does anybody have any questions, any ideas they want to run by or anything like that?
No.
Awesome. Was this helpful? Did you guys
Yes.
learn some good things?
Very helpful.
Awesome. Awesome, awesome. Cool. I'm glad to hear that. So just to say that these do work, comment on 5 posts with 5 words or more. This got me about 40 more followers just doing that. So that's not even you posting anything. That's just you liking other people's stuff. So these things do work. Social media was meant to be social. So just kind of posting, like scheduling posts, that is a great thing. You do need to be scheduling posts, but if you're just doing that, you're not engaging, you're probably not going to see the results that you want. So all of these things in tandem are supposed to help really boost your engagement. Of course, when it comes to content, that is another whole tricky part. This is the black and white things you can do, but as far as creating content, that is where you get to be creative on the plus side, but on the downside, that is also where you get to be creative. So can be a lot of fun if you're into it, having fun.
Creative.
Exactly. Yeah. But even if you're not, you totally can just try. I mean, you'll never get better if you don't practice, and social media can definitely be a skill that you practice at. So awesome. Cool, cool. Well, like all my classes, this is going to be recorded and uploaded to our KWCP website. And let me know if you guys have any questions, but I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording now.